Hello, hello. I have been holding on to this since it launched. Y'all, I bought this at launch, pretty much full price. I don't do that very often, but I really liked the colors in this collection. I am not a Teletubby girl. I was born in the 90s, so I'm a Barney girl, but my younger Gen Z brother, who is actually, I think, elder Gen Z, he grew up with Teletubbies. But I just bought this because I love the colors in this. I don't have any real connection with the Teletubbies other than that one of my younger brothers used to watch it growing up. But I don't know, there was just something about this collection. I just thought it was so bright and pretty that I just had to buy it. Let's start off with, these are all the products that I bought. There's also, like, I think a blush and some lip glosses. I didn't feel called to the lip glosses. I think there's a lip gloss called, like, Tubby Custard. I didn't buy that one. I have a lot of makeup, y'all. I have a lot of makeup. And I didn't feel like the Tubby Custard lip gloss was unique enough for me to buy full price right now, so I didn't. There was also a red blush. I didn't feel like I needed a red blush. I think it was called, like, Tinky Winky's Purse or something. Or, yeah, it was like Tinky Winky's Purse or something, and I didn't buy that either. I don't need a red blush, but I bought the lashes, I bought the brushes, and I bought the palette. So I want to start off with the lashes, because I haven't worn the lashes yet, but at least this gives you a chance to see what this product looks like in real life, not in a photo shoot. It's really cute packaging. It says, hashtag live lash love, use life-size lashes with your favorite lash, glue to bring your eye makeup to you, life. And these are all from Trixie Cosmetics. These are really cute. I love the little eye. Yeah, these lashes are called Noo Noo, which I think is the name of the vacuum in the show. And it's really cute. It has a lot of little details like this, and this helps you pull out the lashes. But if you use that to help you pull it out, you can see there. I think you can see it better with the blue backing though. They feel really nice. They do feel really nice. They kind of remind me of the quality of Glamlight. Hopefully the quality of the band on these are better than Glamlight, but these are the first Trixie lashes I have ever bought. I don't know how well Trixie lashes will work or last, so we'll see these, but I didn't want to just, wear them for the sake of wearing them to review them. I'm going to put these in my collection of other lashes, and maybe one day I'll come to it and come back around again to review these, but I just wanted to show them off for now. I don't really wear lashes at home. I need to have an event to go to, and I haven't had an event yet to wear these, so these are just gonna go sitting with my other lashes until I can use them. But they feel nice, the band looks nice, I assume they're gonna work very well. Next we have the brushes, and I haven't used these brushes either because they're so freaking cute, and I think I'm gonna wait to probably get another set. I want to get another set. This is what the box looks like, these little characters. Who thought Trixie, Mattel, and Teletubbies? Like, that's just so left field to me. I never thought he would do that. I don't even think he has a connection to that. So this is how it tells you to dry them. Okay, so to wash them. So there is a liner brush, a packer brush, a blending brush, and a blush brush. So this would be this red one, which they're still in the paper. This would be the blush brush. This is the TT11. And you can see there, it has that stamp of Teletubbies and Trixie Mattel, and every one of these has their little, what'd you call them, their head stems? Their little head shape on the top of the brush. It's so cute. It feels really soft. It's kind of in between. It reminds me almost, and I don't mean this in a mean way, it reminds me almost of like a Makeup Revolution kind of brush, which is a drugstore brand from the UK. But also kind of with the softness I would expect from Morphe. So it definitely feels like a more affordable brush, not super high-end. Nice enough, it's not like one of these cheapy Dollar Tree ones, or like an e.l.f. brush, but it's definitely not the most high-end brush. But this is what you would use for your blush. And then, what do we have? Let's go to the next big one. This purple one, this is the TT30. This is the round blending brush. And as you can see, this would be Poe, and I think the purple one is Tinky Winky. So, really nice. I mean, they feel really soft. I'm just looking at the bristles. And looking at the bristles, it looks like the quality of, they're kind of shiny. It looks like the quality of, like I said, Makeup Revolution, but with the softness of like a Morphe brush. So affordable, but not cheap, but not high-end. So this is Tinky Winky. This is a purple brush. It's so freaking cute. The next third brush that we have here is the TT22. This is the large packer brush, not super big. This is the kind of brush I would use to pack on shimmer onto my eye. Get it there to focus. Yeah, it's the kind of brush I would use to pack shimmer on my eye. And then on him, the end here, apparently his is just a stick. I realized that this is Dipsy, I think. This one, it's a good pointing stick. Dipsy's is just a stick on the top of his head. Very interesting. Okay, we'll put that back. And then the last one is my favorite, who's Laa Laa, because she's the yellow one. And this is, they have it here as a, this is the TT16. This is the micro pointed liner brush. So I guess they want you to use this for liner. And then they have her little, I think it's supposed to be like a curl. Isn't it a curl? I think this is their version of what a curl should be, because it looks like the letter B. And then here, it looks like a thunderbolt, so I'm kind of confused what the top of her head actually is. I think it's supposed to be like a little twirl or something. But these are so cute. The plastic itself feels like good quality, I'll say that. If we're not just talking about the bristles, like the actual like packaging and the plastic of the brush, this is plastic, I think. Well, this feels like plastic. I'd be surprised if it was actually wood. But this one feels a lot softer. It's very nice. Very nice. We'll see how they work when I can actually get to use them. Right now, I'm just hoarding them because I want to sit with their beauty. But I'm sure I'll eventually use them. Like I said, I kind of want to buy a second box of these so I can have one that's used and have one that's not used, because I do want to use them, but I'm afraid I'll love them so much that I won't have like a backup in case something happens to them. So I'm hoping for a sale maybe soon, and then I could get an extra one of these. But to the piece of resistance, right? This is the Trixie Mattel Teletubbies Palette, and I did use this, and it's fully colorful all the way around. You have your ingredients there. There's a mirror. Let me pull this up a bit, and you can see there they are. They're all there. They're all family. So cute. There's a mirror, a nice big mirror with a rainbow and the Teletubbies. And then here is the palette, and I don't usually go for what you might call like rainbow themed color stories. But there's something about this palette. I just love the way it's set up. I love the way that it's just set up like Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Laa Laa, Po. Like, that is so freaking cute. And they all come with a shimmer, at least, and then a nice color to deepen them up. This is the way I love for palettes to be set up. I love your light tones, your medium tones, and your darker tones. It just makes looks so easy. So easy to just put looks together without thinking about it. So the way I made my looks was I just went all the way fully down. I think with this, my favorite looks I think came from the Tinky Winky and Dipsy. I think those were my favorite looks. I also really loved this shimmer shade over here. This red shimmer shade is so freaking beautiful. What shade is this? Giggleberry, Twinkly, Windmill Whirl, and I think were my favorite shades in this palette. It is so cute. I was expecting, based off the way that it looks, and you know, just how bright the Teletubby world is, I was expecting for the shades to have a lot more pigment. They were kind of pigmented, but not fully. Not as much as I kind of wanted them to. I really had to keep applying and applying to get to the level of pigment that I wanted. It kind of reminded me of like using like watercolor. I just had to keep applying and applying to get the color that I wanted. Not that the color wasn't necessarily there, but it was, the best way I can describe it is that when you're applying these matte shades, it's like a wash of color. So Trixie girl, you need to work on your matte shades a little bit more. I think maybe that was the point. I don't know. I would like to see your matte shades have a little bit of a formula change. Just make them a little bit more pigmented. Because I think that the shimmers in here were really nice. I think the worst shimmer in here was probably Wake Up Time, just because it was not as sparkly pretty as the other ones. But let's swatch some of these. We're gonna do, this is Custard Chaos. Ooh. Got Custard Chaos. And then we'll do Laa Laa. Because you know I love Laa Laa. And I think these are the weaker of the shades. And then I'll do Tinky Winky, just so you can see Tinky Winky. Alright, so we got a pink, a yellow, and a purple. And like, I'm just gonna do this one swatch, I think, just so you can see what I'm dealing with. Because you can see that the color is there, but it's almost like watercolor. Like it's there, but it's see-through. It's not as pigmented as I would have liked it. Let's do this purple a little bit more justice. Do the yellow a little bit more justice. So, you know, you can build it up. It's definitely a very buildable formula, but on my eyes, when I kept putting on more and more and more, it just took me a little longer to get where I wanted to go, if you know what I mean. So, you know, the matte shades could use a little bit more work, but I think that where this place really stands out with the shimmer. So I do want to swatch the weakest shimmer. This is, to me, the weakest shimmer. It's this Wake Up Time. It's almost more like a topper. And then I want to swatch a beautiful shade, like Twinky. Is it Twinky? And another beautiful shade, like, should we do Giggleberry or should we do Windmill Whirl? Let's do Windmill Whirl. Windmill Whirl, because it's such a beautiful put me back from Jeffree Star green. So over here, you can see here, very kind of weak, cooler gold. It's there, but not super there, especially when you compare it to the beauty of one like that. Very nice, unique shade. And let's do this green. Green is so pretty. Let's do them all a little bit more justice. Look at that one. This beautiful twinkly, like mermaid purple with green iridescent is so pretty. Look at that. Go dig back into the gold again. Like it's definitely like a light twinkle. But I think the other shimmers really have that gold shimmer beat. But other than that, I think that's just the weakest one. I really like all the other ones. That's so freaking pretty. Never been called to a collection as much as this Teletubby collection that Trixie did. Trixie has come out with eyeshadow palettes before, and I've never been called to them. They're kind of not as, they're surprisingly not very bright for what you might expect from a drag queen, but Trixie does work more in the realm of neutrals, not necessarily very colorful, so it's very understandable. I really liked this color story. I think overall, I'm in the middle with the formula. I think that, like I said, the matte shades could use a little bit more work. I think the shimmer shades are good, minus maybe one that isn't as sparkly as maybe as I would like it. But I really do like this collection. I think it's a really fun collection. Like I said, I've never been called to use any of Trixie Mattel Cosmetics eyeshadows before. This is my first Trixie Mattel cosmetic palette, and I'm keeping this entire collection. I was thinking maybe for a moment, there was a moment there where I thought I might actually give this away, even though it's totally, completely new collection that just came out. But I think I'm going to keep it for now. I could see myself maybe giving this away in the future, but this is such a cute, fun, just easy peasy, like palette for on the go. It's not super big, it doesn't take up that much space, and I really like it. I'd really love to know what you guys think of Trixie Mattel Cosmetics palettes. Like I said, this is my first one. Have you tried any of the other ones? Is there anything from Trixie Mattel Cosmetics that you've had your eye on for a while that you've been waiting to buy? I always like to try to check Trixie Mattel Cosmetics during the Black Friday sales, and I think I've gotten some good stuff from that. But other than that, this is a keep. Y'all have a great day.